What's up, guys? Neverender here, and today I'm with Braddock and another one of our interns, James. What's up, guys?
What's up, man?
Man, today we're just going to be going through a few questions that the interns and myself put together, and just picking Braddock's mind a little bit. So, Nick, are you ready to just jump right into it?
Yeah, let's get started. Let's do it.
All right, cool. The first question, can you describe the varying levels of physical escalation you might go through before you pull? I've seen that in some cases it's possible to pull a girl without physically escalating much at all, but I know personally it feels weird when I'm not physically escalating before the bounce. Can you just describe how you recognize when you're in a situation where physically escalating might not be the best way to pull the girl, and how you calibrate the interaction from there?
Okay, great. Man, there's a lot of gold to be mined from that. You go first. I want you to answer it, and then I'll give you mine.
Well, it's my question. I mean,
Good.
personally,
Okay.
you know,
Give me what you think your answer would be, because I think you probably have a decent working understanding of this. We probably just need to fill in the gap. So maybe let's hear why you're having where you're getting confused, where you're getting stuck exactly. Give me the example.
yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, man. I mean, looking back on like every pool I've had so far, I don't think there's been a pool where there was really wasn't like if it hadn't gone to like I think every pool I've had I've gotten the makeout before bouncing.
Okay.
And like I know for me like part of the comfort building process and like part of the fun for me is like physical escalating. Like that's really fun for me. And I just know I get like if I'm ever in a situation where like just touching doesn't seem to be happening, it kind of messes with my head a little bit. So
Well,
I think it's kind of like just to cement in my own reality. Like there is a path to like getting the pool without needing to physically escalating or to physically escalate would be like really helpful and like I
okay.
recognize that.
Okay, one thing I always say is when you're trying to fix a hole in your game, either handicap yourself on all other things that normally work, right? So for you, I want you to go out for a week and be like, I have to pull and I'm not allowed to physically escalate. So that would mean what are your only options left?
To talk.
But
Verbal
what you
game and yeah, I guess manage logistics completely
yeah,
verbal.
managing logistics, taking things sexual, building tension. So for example, try this just for fun. This isn't like solid. You need to do this every time, but I want you to. It'll strengthen this area. I want you to go out and build the tension, and then be like, go in for the kiss, like you know, right where you normally would, and pull back. Be like, not yet. I want you to wait.
All right, got it.
Does that make sense?
Yep,
Because that'll add another layer of tension to where, and it also creates the frame that you're selecting, not she's selecting.
got it.
Which that won't always hit, but when it does, it's powerful.
Okay,
And then be like, and you're like, no, I want. It's not that you should. It's not like you're like, I'll take things slow. You be like, wait till later, wait till later, wait till later. You
okay.
keep doing that, but you keep fucking. Okay, one of my favorite, one of my best friends is Pendrick, one of the other instructors, and one of the things he calls this is get good at giving girls blue balls. So like most guys take whatever they either take what's available. Okay, bad game is you take what's available plus 3 points. Uh, Average game is you take exactly what's available and just enough to not look needy. And another weak game would be she's offering you 7 points and you take two because you're a pussy. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Powerful frame is they they're offering you 7 points and you act like you're going to take seven, but you take five, but you let her know you're aware that you could have taken seven.
Okay.
Without saying that, that's kind of higher level. That's an advanced thought process. But does that click anything in your head?
Yeah, like I mean, I'll definitely have to like re-listen to this audio and like try to like really internalize what you're saying. But like I have like a grasp of what you're saying. For you personally, like I mean, like your game is pretty physical, right?
It's both. It's just it's. I want you to think of all of the game like Bruce Lee's what's his karate style?
Jeet Kune Do.
Judo, where he's like take what you're given. React. It's not that you're reactionary. It's just that you're. I wouldn't even call it reactionary. I call it more ultra calibrated, right? Where you're kind of like, what mood are you in? What's the situation? What's her logistical situation? How much attraction are you getting back? How much tension are you getting back? How well is she responding to logistical questions? How well is she responding to silly logistical jumps? Like when you grab her and you're like, yes, we're getting married, get the fuck out of here. And you grab her hand and start walking to the door, kidding. Does she giggle and walk with you, or is she like no, even though she knows you're kidding, she still wants to let you know like, whoa, I don't can't know, right? Um,
Okay.
a lot of these things, other things too, is yeah. I mean, when you're pulling girls, I'd say I usually get to make out or something, but it's usually not like we're mugging down hardcore all over the club. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of times it's like that right there, and then I push away and I look at her like, just like kind of like a smile, like we both know we're in trouble type deal.
Okay.
But then I go back. Then it go back to it's like you kiss, and then you lean back and you smile, and you go back to talking about something completely normal, not because you're nervous, but because you both know it's on.
All right. Yeah, I got it.
I have to show you some videos of like some info stuff, but I'm trying to think of another example. Okay, so other times, give me other scenarios you can guess that you think that you would need to, that you could still pull a girl. Okay, why would I even volunteer that? Why not just always go physical?
I mean, I know like there obviously like there's situations like if she's with her friends or something like that, she's in a situation where there's a lot of social pressure or she feels she might be judged. Going physical is just not like it's not there yet. I mean, you just
Okay,
can't do it in that spot.
good. Nah, hold
Like
on
a
now.
lot of cases there, I try to isolate, you know.
Okay, well, let's say you can kind of do both, and she's like, so what do you think are some questions or some frames that not say I hate when people say not frame setting is not a bad thing, but they act like they're these magic powerful frame setting. Like if you say it, it works. It's not really true. Frames only work if she's susceptible to that anyway, and she's just hoping you'll set it, right?
Mhm.
Just setting a frame just to set it. It's like, Jake, you're going to give me all your money. Oh, I'm going to give you all my money then. I mean, that's not a powerful frame. You know, that's bullshit. But to say like, but okay? Instead of, I wish we could switch it from instead of saying setting frames, we test for frames. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So let's like start using it like that. So what are some frames I need to test for or hint at to see if she's in the same location? So let's go back. We said this is a girl I can tell she likes me. So let's go from there. How could I even know without, I'm not saying no touching here, right?
Okay.
Maybe I hip check her. Maybe I squeeze her hand whenever I tease her, and I'm like, I'm just kidding, come here. But I'm not like super gamey, huggy, pick her up, spin her, all that kind of shit. Just more, really like almost like you would a social circle girl that you flirt with.
Okay.
So that level. So what are some things? How would I know that girl might be on it enough to even consider pulling, even though we haven't had a makeout or anything? Why would I even think it's even possible? What are some other? What I'm saying is, what are some other signals that would let me know that it's still on?
Okay. I mean, I'd be trying to pick up on her sub-communications, like seeing how she's looking at me, like seeing the proximity in her interaction. I mean, at a verbal level, I mean, I would try to like start to slowly take the conversational sexual, like kind of jumping through like sexual hoops.
Okay, give us a few. Give everybody a few of those.
Okay, like
remember now, this is a girl you haven't touched much. So,
yeah.
So hey, what you're saying is correct. But let's just zoom in a little closer for the guys that might not get. They're like, oh shit, that sounds good, but what the fuck was that? Okay.
Okay.
So let's say based on what you just said, you're like, okay, I check for proximity during the conversation. I'd watch her, like how's she looking at me, how's she kind of responding to my jokes. Does she ever reinitiate the conversation? When I tease her, does she smile like and stare at me a little bit, or does she just kind of laugh like a pal would,
Mm-hmm.
But that's not always exactly it either. I mean, that's part of it. Yeah, I mean, it's any one of those things or all of those things. Don't stress if all the things we just said, and you're like, oh my god, I've had other girls that were being bitchy to me, but if I was like, hey, let's move over here to the bar, she's like, okay. So you're like, all right, kind of being a bitch, but that's just her defense mechanism, But then there's other girls that are being a bitch, and you're like, hey, let's move to the bar, and they're like, are you fucking nuts? Did you not hear me being a bitch to you all night? So you got to kind of get calibrated to see what the difference between that is. Okay, so we said all those things are mentioned, and then you said, okay, so what I'd probably do next is test. I'd test and kind of ping some sexual hoops in there. What are a few of them you would do with a girl you hadn't touched much?